Welcome back to the second season of House Martell. Bring! It's back. We tried it last year, but there's more relevance to it because there's been a plot twist. Bill Landis, Tim Bielik, Doug Maurice. Before we get to the plot twist, which we're going to let Bill talk about, Tim, do you believe that Tate Martell has any better chance to be Ohio's quarterback than you did when spring practice started? Do you think there's a better chance now?
Yeah, I think so. Urban talked about how there's still not that much separation between the three, and part of me is inclined to think that with Urban Meyer's offensive background, how he prefers a running quarterback, how he prefers dynamic, if it's truly a three-way tie, go with the guy who's probably the best runner of the three, and I think that's Tate Martell. It's kind of it would be an interesting move to make, but you want a dynamic guy at quarterback, I think, and if you're going to truly go and do the same type of offensive philosophy you've had for the last couple of years, why not go with the guy who's just the most dynamic guy?
It's not just interesting. It's very interesting. Bill Landis is Urban Meyer, slowly but surely falling in love with Tate Martell.
Like falling more in love. I think he's always loved them. I think that's why they recruited him. Why else would you go recruit a 5'11" quarterback who's like kind of a pain in the butt to deal with? He loves that skill set. So I think Urban said the word special like twice on Monday when talking about Tate Martell. None of it was really surprising. I think we knew all that. We know that his skill set is different than Dwayne Haskins and Joe Burrow. There's like an electricity to his game that those other two guys just don't have, and he makes plays with his legs that those guys can't. But what I took away from what Urban said is, yes, he's absolutely falling more in love with him, but Tate Martell is going to play next year, without a doubt in my mind. I don't know how. I actually kind of disagree that he still has a chance to win the quarterback job. I just don't think he's a good enough thrower yet, but he's going to play.
Urban Meyer was asked, why don't you just play all three quarterbacks, sort of jokingly, and he went off and said, people think it's so easy. You can't just put multiple quarterbacks on the field. But maybe you could put Tate out there. Tate's got an interesting skill set. So it just feels like the longer this goes, and clearly there's no quarterback right now. We're two-thirds of the way through, there's no quarterback. The longer that goes on, the better chance that Tate has, because he clearly was third coming in, and at the moment, he's still hanging around because nobody has seized it. And here's the thing in the end. I think Tate Martell is easy to fall in love with. Now, he might break your heart against TCU when he's doing a lot of this, but I think he's easy to fall in love with, and we'll have to watch the process of Urban Meyer falling in love all over again. Bill Landis, Tim Bielik, Doug Maurice, more Ohio State coverage at cleveland.com.